Since hitting its lowest point in late 2022, Palantir Technologies stock has staged one of the most remarkable comebacks in the technology sector, rising by an astonishing 2,700%. This enormous rally has not only caught the attention of longtime investors, but also attracted many newcomers who are now wondering if the stock still offers room for growth, or if it has already reached a price that is too high to justify buying in. To answer that question properly, it is important to consider each investor's individual time horizon, because the stock may not be ideal for those seeking short-term profits, but it could be an excellent opportunity for those who think long-term. As of the most recent Friday trading session, Palantir shares were valued at a price-to-earnings ratio of approximately 612 and a price-to-sales ratio of about 135. These are extremely high figures compared to many other technology stocks. For example, the technology-focused NASDAQ 100 index currently trades at a price-to-earnings ratio close to 33. This comparison shows that Palantir stock is valued at a significant premium compared to its peers. In other words, investors are paying a very high price for each dollar of earnings and sales, which suggests that the market has extremely high expectations for Palantir's future growth. High valuations like this can be risky, especially when market sentiment changes suddenly. If investors' enthusiasm for artificial intelligence stocks weakens, Palantir's share price could experience short-term volatility or even a temporary pullback. This means that the stock might not be suitable for those hoping for quick gains within a few months. However, for investors who are willing to hold their investment for several years, the long-term outlook for Palantir remains compelling. One of the strongest reasons to consider buying now is the company's rapid expansion within its United States commercial division, which continues to grow at an accelerating rate. This division represents the part of Palantir's business that serves private sector companies rather than government clients. It has been one of the most important drivers of growth for Palantir recently, and the company still appears to be in the early stages of capturing a much larger share of a massive and growing market. This means that Palantir's total potential market opportunity is still far from being fully realized. In the second quarter, Palantir's United States commercial business increased by 93% year over year, and it now accounts for nearly 1/3 of the company's total revenue. That is a major improvement compared to earlier quarters when growth rates were already strong. For instance, the same division expanded by 71% in quarter 1, 64% in quarter 4 of 2024, and 54% in quarter 3 of 2024. These numbers demonstrate a clear pattern of acceleration, which means that growth is not only continuing, but speeding up over time. At the same time, Palantir remains heavily involved in contracts with the United States government, which continues to be a reliable and profitable source of revenue. The company's overall revenue increased 48% year over year during the second quarter, marking a significant milestone as it surpassed $1 billion in quarterly revenue for the first time in its history. Achieving this level of revenue is particularly impressive because fewer than 1% of companies established in the past 2 decades have ever reached annual revenue of $1 billion. This fact, which comes from research conducted by Bain & Company, highlights how rare and difficult this accomplishment truly is. Furthermore, Palantir's total revenue over the most recent 12-month period has now surpassed $3 billion, and its growth rate continues to accelerate. This proves that Palantir is not just maintaining its momentum, but actually gaining more strength as it expands. The company's ability to scale its operations so effectively is a major reason why investors are still willing to pay such high valuations for its shares today. Many believe that the company has the potential to grow into a much larger and more influential player in the global technology landscape, which could bring total annual revenue to around $15 billion by the year 2029. Palantir's artificial intelligence platforms are designed to help organizations make sense of enormous amounts of data, organize it efficiently, and then use that information to make faster and better business decisions. By simplifying complex data analysis, the company allows its clients to save both time and money, which is a huge advantage in today's data-driven economy. For example, Palantir's technology has enabled large financial institutions such as Citibank to perform sophisticated data tasks in just seconds that used to take several days to complete manually. This dramatic improvement in efficiency shows why Palantir's software is becoming increasingly essential for large organizations that depend on data to operate effectively. What makes Palantir even more valuable to its clients is how deeply integrated its software becomes within their operations. Once a company adopts Palantir's platforms, those tools often become a critical part of its business model and strategy, making it very unlikely that customers would switch to a competitor. This high level of integration creates what is known as a sticky customer relationship, meaning that once clients start using Palantir systems, they tend to keep using them for years. By the end of the second quarter, Palantir had a total of 849 customers customers, which represents an increase of 43% compared to the previous year. This growth in the customer base demonstrates not only that new clients are adopting Palantir's platforms, but also that existing customers continue to expand their use of its software. Chief Financial Officer David Glazer mentioned that the company is seeing higher levels of ambition among its newer customers, which shows that demand for its artificial intelligence tools is still very strong. Glazer also pointed out that existing clients are deepening their engagement with Palantir's platforms at an even faster pace, which supports the idea that the company's growth is sustainable and long-lasting. When you consider these details together, it becomes clear that Palantir stands out from many other software companies in today's market. Even though its stock trades at high multiples of both sales and earnings, it has something most competitors lack: accelerating revenue growth combined with a profit margin above 30% that continues to increase. This is a rare combination in the technology world because most companies that grow this quickly tend to sacrifice profitability to do so. Palantir, on the other hand, is managing to grow fast while remaining highly profitable, which demonstrates strong financial discipline and excellent management execution. Palantir's success also highlights how deeply artificial intelligence is transforming business operations around the world. As more companies adopt artificial intelligence to analyze data, improve efficiency, and automate decision-making, demand for Palantir's software solutions is likely to continue increasing. Because of this, long-term investors may view Palantir as a key player in shaping the future of enterprise artificial intelligence technology. Although the stock price may fluctuate in the short term, the company's long-term fundamentals remain solid. Its consistent growth, expanding customer base, high profit margins, and strong leadership suggest that it is well-positioned to continue growing for many years to come. For investors who believe in the long-term potential of artificial intelligence and are willing to tolerate some volatility along the way, Palantir could still be a smart investment choice even after its incredible rise since 2022. Essentially, Palantir Technologies has surged an incredible 2,700% since late 2022, and despite its high valuation with a price-to-earnings ratio near 612, the company's growth story continues to impress. Palantir's United States commercial business expanded 93% year-over-year in the second quarter, now contributing about 1/3 of total revenue, while total company revenue climbed 48% to exceed $1 billion for the first time. With more than $3 billion in annual revenue, 849 customers, and accelerating demand for its artificial intelligence platforms that help clients make faster and smarter data-driven decisions, Palantir is proving its ability to scale into a much larger enterprise. Analysts expect annual revenue to grow at a compound rate of 38% through 2029 to reach $15 billion, driven by both commercial and government demand. Even with its high valuation, Palantir stands out as one of the few software companies combining rapid revenue growth, expanding profit margins above 30%, and rising customer loyalty, which makes it a strong contender for long-term investors who believe in the power of artificial intelligence. For more stock news updates, remember to press the like button and subscribe. With that being said, I will see you in the next video.